Hello and welcome to Experiencing Love. I'm your host, Philip Jocks, and I'm so glad that you're here. My message to you for today is it's never too late to start again. It's never too late to cut your losses and start from scratch. It may feel like you've invested a lot. It may feel like you've put a lot of time and energy and resources into something that you're doing. But if it's not working in the ways that you want it to work, I'm here to tell you that you'd be surprised at how much growth that you can get, the levels that you can surpass if you just start fresh with all of the knowledge that you've already acquired. When I say start again, I don't mean start again and do exactly what you did last time. The key about starting again or just starting in general is learning and using the knowledge that you have to improve your chances of success, to improve yourself, the people around you. Maybe it's a business, a job, whatever it is. But the key is making sure that you've taken everything you've done in the past, taking the key points, and bringing it with you forward. To share a little example of this, well, I'm actually taking a second chance at this recording today. I am doing my second take, and not because I messed up, not because I was unhappy with the way that the recording was going. Actually, I loved that recording. I thought I made a lot of great points. I was on fire, truly. But what I noticed was that I was so on fire and I was so in the zone that after many minutes of speaking, I look over at my recording software and find that much of the frames in the video were missed, meaning this video would end up being very choppy, very not pleasant to watch, I would assume. And it happened because I was playing around with settings before recording today. I was trying out different frame rates and different bit rates and different resolutions. If none of that makes sense, well, to simplify, I would say I was trying to get a little more advanced, a little more high-tech, only to realize that my system, my computer can't keep up. So there are limits to what I can do for the time being. And I know eventually I will grow. I will build up this channel, this platform, and I'll be able to afford a better system, right? Whether it's directly through recording or recording these episodes leads to some opportunity later. I know something will come down the line. So until then, I will make and create and put stuff out there with the resources I have, and I'm happy to do so. But back on point, there was a point I reached in the recording where when I saw that the frames were messing up and I knew that it wasn't going to be a great video, it wasn't going to be great quality, I thought about just moving on and letting those frames be those frames, letting it be messed up, because I already put so much of my energy and my time into recording. I was talking about similar things, about just starting, about not listening to all the naysayers and all the people who don't believe in you, but you listen to your voice, the one that does believe in you, and the people around you that believe in you. Believe me that I believe in you. And despite everything I said, I took a step back and I just decided that it's okay to start again. Sometimes we spend a lot of money to make something that's really amazing, and yet it doesn't meet our expectations. When that happens, you have choices. You're able to muscle through and keep going, or choose to learn from that experience and start fresh. I've always loved listening to stories about people who have successful businesses but started out by failing many businesses. Some people hear that as a story about grit, but I hear it as a story of starting again. I hear that someone struggled, but they learned. They learned what to do, what not to do, and how to keep going forward. And they could have kept trying with that one business idea. They could have kept feeding resources and time and energy into there and maybe getting some results eventually. But in choosing to step away, learn, restart, and go again, they've grown their material and they've grown their wealth exponentially. Now they're making hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars a year, simply because they decided that their one idea wasn't working and it was time for them to try something new and be brave enough to start again from scratch. Just like that, I'm already at the same point that I was at before in terms of length of video. It might be a bit shorter in editing, but with the raw footage, I'm already back to where I was and there's no issues, and I feel even better about this one than I did the last video I just recorded. The only thing that makes me chuckle now is that I don't quite remember what I said in this one versus the other one, so I don't know what's actually going to make it in this video. And to be safe, I just won't repeat myself. I'll save that message for another day. And I do want you to think about one thing when it comes to starting again, and that's your ability to serve. My goal is to serve the world. I often say this line to myself: I want to leave my corner of the world better than I found it. I know that I might not impact the entire world. Chances are I won't. But I may just impact my little corner. I may just help my people in my circle. And I could spend my entire life growing that circle, making it as large as possible. And the point being that I want to serve the world. I want to make it a better place for my future children and their children and their children, because the world can be a scary place. There can be a lot of people who doubt in progress, in learning, in growth. They can have these beliefs where they think they're either too young to start something or they're too old to start something. And whenever we have excuses not to start something, there's a lot of people just standing in place. Not everybody has to be a visionary that moves the world forward, because often it just takes a few people to really start a movement. You know, that could be sustainability in clothing or making big changes in whatever political realm you're in. I don't know. I'm not in either of those things, but the point is, a movement can happen anywhere at any time from anyone. You get to choose if you're standing still waiting for a movement to happen, or if you're the one that starts that movement. Start that movement in your family, maybe in your group of friends or in your community. It doesn't have to be something massive. We may think of these huge movements that happened throughout history, but those didn't always start like that. They didn't always start massive. Sometimes they started with one person in one small town with one loud voice. And at some point, they sat back and decided they didn't want to sit back anymore. They stood up and said, I'm going to start right now. It is not too late to start, and I'm doing this for the people years ahead of me, years in advance, years down the line, that they're going to look back at this movement and say thank you. You have no idea what impact you can have on the people that are going to be here 100, 200 years from now. I choose to be positive about that possibility. I choose to believe that I can make the world a little bit better so that those people don't have it as bad as it could be. And if everybody in the world had even a shred of that type of mindset, think about the magic that could be created. It's wishful thinking to hope for something like that, but more realistically, I can choose to believe that I could convince some people to think that way. Or maybe not even convince them, but encourage them, because they already had it inside. You already have it inside of you. And that's why I'm here, telling you to start. There's something that you're struggling with. There's something that is either bothering you or it's holding you back. And I'm here to tell you that the door is open. The opportunity is there. It wouldn't bother you. It wouldn't be something that's in your life if it wasn't meant to have an impact on you. So instead of just letting it have an impact on you, how about you have an impact on it? Whatever it is, I want you to start one step at a time. Maybe that step is just telling someone that you're going to do something. Maybe it's writing it down on a piece of paper, making a promise to yourself exactly what you want to do next. I don't know, but I want you to start. All I got left is really just telling you to start, and at some point you're going to get bored of that. So I'm going to end this one right here. It is going to be a bit shorter, and maybe that cutoff, maybe having to restart, made it shorter, but made it more impactful. It made it mean more. I don't truly know, but I'm sure you'll find out. I'm sure you know. So go on ahead, start away, and come back here after you started and let me know what you've decided to do. It would really mean a lot. So I hope you go out there, have a beautiful rest of your day. Remember to always fill up with the love. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. I love you.